A handoff to Tracy. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
Here we go.
Man in motion, headed right.
Right.
Here's Tracy once more. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Ready. Right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 13 on that play. And the Giants will have a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Markers reset, ball at the 37.
Angel. Right.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Here we go, right.
From the 41. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete. Looking for Malik Neighbors that time. So now they're going to have to figure out this 3rd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Neighbors with a catch. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
Yeah, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Here we go. You got a mini base.
They send a receiver in motion right.
Right.
Off play action, it's Fields. He sends this one to the end zone. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20.
Here we go. Go.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Catch made. Tyrone Tracy. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Christian Harris on the stop.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet. This is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Here we go.
Another throw for Fields. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here we go.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Angel. Hey, Ken.
Looking to throw Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's got this fair catch right along the 12-yard line. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be Texans football. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
On the quick, right? Hey!
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
When you rush the passer, it's kind of like tracking down a runner. That same pass, same athleticism comes to life. He looked pretty good hunting his prey right there.
Why Tony? Robin. Good eye.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. That's a catch for Nico Collins. Running down the left side. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So flip the field, folks. It's 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory now.
Check, Panther.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Oh, ready? Hey, uno more. Hey, uno. Good.
Shotgun now for Stroud. That's caught by Hollywood Brown. And he gets him around 6 there. Drew Phillips making the tackle.
Kid, I was on the field, the young high school quarterback, just last week. And I told him one of the greatest attributes a quarterback can have is courage. And it takes courage to sit in that pocket that long, let a play develop, and let that receiver work all the way from one side of the field to the other, and give him a chance to make a play.
Buggy. Hey, south. 19 Texas.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So that brings up 4th and long. Got the one-on-one they wanted, Brock, on that slant, but just not enough to get the completion.
Yeah, you got to create separation. We all love the slant route. It could be super effective, but you got to beat press. You got to beat jam. You got to beat off man, and you got to create separation so there's not that bang-bang impact to knock the ball loose like that.
Kaimi Fairbairn out there now to try a field goal for the Texans on this 4th down. It's on the left hash, 46 yards out. Everly's kick is good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
has it all set up for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Here we go, son. Go, go. Good night.
Fields on first down. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense. Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They have second down behind the sticks. They'll go left side with Tracy. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Give him around 3, but a very big distance to address here on third down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Fields now, third and long. He's got it deep downfield. It's a New York touchdown. The Giants take a second quarter lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Reed now to kick this one away. Evans now to return. They'll have decent field position to begin with here. Brock, he's tackled just beyond that 30-yard line. They've got first down from the 31.
Ow, for tonight. Tonight.
On play action, here's Stroud. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Robin. 19 Texas. Why Tony? Tonight.
From the gun, Stroud. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. They'll get 18 yards there. And it sets up a Houston first.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
Uno Mars. Hey, uno. Tonight.
First down, Stroud. And that one's behind him. That's incomplete.
Where offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting to completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Has it downfield, working the left. He goes the distance. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans take a second quarter lead. Nico Collins with a touchdown. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Point after up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans push their lead to 3. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. Dory Jackson now to return it. A little revenge there from the coverage team after they gave up a pretty nice return.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, 551. Here we go. Right.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Yeah, it's just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Here we go. Right.
The give here on second. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Play action, Fields. This is complete to Neighbors. And he's out of bounds past midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good enough for a New York first down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Houston calls it 2nd timeout. They're down to their final one in this half. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Here we go, tonight. 11. Right.
Fields out of the gun. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Hey, 10. Right.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Finds him on the slant. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2.
Here we go. Right.
Here's a quick throw to the left. Jukes one defender. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Fields looking to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Here we go. Good. Hey, 10. Right.
Fields throwing here. Into the hands of Neighbors. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. 16 yards on the play. And the Giants will have a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Hey, 10. Hey, 10. Right.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Buys time, rolling right. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line. Now it's Fields. Finds him over the middle. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Here we go.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Up, let's go. Go.
Shotgun snap to Fields. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Giants get some late points and the lead. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Point after tries good by Lutz. And the Giants take a 4-point lead. Reed now to kick this one away. Brown with a return here. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
All right.
Here's Stroud now. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
All right. 11.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Forced out to his right. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Looking at a tough spot to punt it away if this 3rd down is unsuccessful.
Look the hot.
Putting a receiver in motion.
Drop to the right. Buggy. Hey, south. Hey.
On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. Has him on the quick hitter. And the nice gain is met by a punishing hit to bring it to a halt. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. The Texans set to punt. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. And they get to this one just shy of the opposing 30-yard line. It's 1st and 10 for their final drive of the half. We've got 23 seconds remaining.
Here we go, son. Hey, Monday. Cut.
Back now, pressure on its way. That's incomplete left side. Malik Neighbors, the one he was throwing for. And now it's 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Don't jump. Ready? First right. Extend. Side.
Looking to throw Fields. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively. Right? We love receivers that can run. That was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And they'll have a chance to run one play before time expires. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down.
Here we go. Hey, south. 19 Texas. Hey!
He's back to throw. Complete to Dell. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here comes the final play of our 1st half.
Out, slide, hot. Why, Tony. Hey, Uno Mars. Love. None.
One final shot before halftime. He's on the move. Throwing on the run, deep down that left side. Oh, shouldn't have let that one go. It's intercepted. Taken away by the rookie from USC. And the Giants are stopped on that return. So that interception is going to be the final play of this opening half. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Carter on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Stroud off the play fake. Buying some time right. That one's complete, right side. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Here we go.
Shotgun now, first round. Into a crowd, and a defender comes up with it. That's Bobby Okereke. And he's gonna go. It's a pick six. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Giants drive their lead to 11. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Evans now to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go. Hey, uno. 11. Hey.
From the gun, Stroud. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And it's going to be 2nd down.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Drew Phillips making the tackle. Only a yard for him that time, so now 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Look the hot. Move speed left. Hey.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Schultz with the catch. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
So out now comes the punter. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Call that one a 44-yard punt. And it'll be Giants football. First and 10 from the 41.
Here we go. Right.
From the gun, it's Tracy. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Second and 6 coming up here.
Right.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Neighbors with a catch. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's there to make the fair catch right at the 10-yard line. No return on that punt. And it'll be their football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Oh, ready.
Back to throw. Stroud. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And the Texans are going to have a 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st down, Stroud. His running back hauls it in deep right. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans shrinking the lead some in the 3rd. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
So now the Texans decide not to pull the offense. They're not kicking. They're going for 2.
For the 2-point conversion.
This is caught. And they get the 2-point conversion. He's in the lead. Only a field goal now. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Go.
Fields out of the gun. That's completed right side. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. And he takes it in. Touchdown, New York. The Giants make it a 9-point advantage. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Going after try is good by Lutz. And the Giants make it a 10-point ball game. Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Carter on the return. And this drive will start inside the 25. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
All right.
Throwing is Stroud. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. That holding penalty is going to make first down twice as tough.
Oh,
They're
right.
20 from the marker to start things out. To the air, Stroud. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you are on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just fling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Buggy.
Trying again following the sack. Completed over the middle. And he has it up to the 9-yard line before going down.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
All right. Hey, south.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's going to try to drop it in deep right. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Deontay Banks. And he makes the Hefsko. It's a touchdown on the pick six. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running
Yep.
the back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
That one splits the uprights. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. And they'll continue adding to their lead. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Evans now to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Wow, what's that? 19 Texas. Hey,
They'll motion him out of the backfield.
why Tony? Hey.
Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You know, when we watch the combine each and every single year, I hope you get good enough to understand as a football fan, watch the big guys' first 10 yards. Don't watch the ends and the linemen run 40. Watch their first 10 because that's the most critical. And that defensive end showed you right there the kind of explosive burst in the first few yards to get home for the big sack.
Collins there to grab it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down.
That's good for a Houston Texans.
Look the high.
Here's Stroud. Oh, no, they get him yet again. That's Bobby Okereke. And the Giants have it after forcing his 4th INT of the day.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
Here we go, son.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Third and a lone yard coming up. Off play action, it's Fields. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Bertolet able to knock it through. And that extends the lead to 20.
Yet another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Reed now to kick this one away. Here's Carter on the return. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Can't happen. Man, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
2J.
They'll run here on first down. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. Second down. Back in his own end zone, looking to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
From his own end zone on third and long. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Tyler Newman.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Drive starts out with a first and 10.
Here we go, son. Hey, Ken. Chip's third.
Now Fields. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. And that's a huge hit there, but he's still able to power through enough for a first and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
So from the 3, here's second and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Launches, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Giants keep adding to that fourth quarter lead. Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Watts there to tack on the extra point. And the Giants grow their lead yet again.
Texans 18.
Reed now to kick this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. One play in, and already they're close to midfield.
Why, Tony? Under.
Running back sent in motion. Stroud throwing here on 1st. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, they just couldn't quite hang on.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Here we go, let's go.
Stroud trying to push it deep downfield. Had the window to go deep, but just couldn't make it happen. Now it's 3rd down.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Quick, right?
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. He has the 1st over the middle. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Working fast as the clock ticks towards 0.
Come on.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Completed to his running back. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting that 1st.
Here we go.
From the red zone now. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Oh, ready. Hey, uno.
Stroud to throw again on 2nd. The throw is caught. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Final timeout called by the Texans. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. Nico Collins, the intended target. And 4th and 4 coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. He's got it to his running back. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. From the gun, Stroud. Finds the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans making the scoreboard look a touch better. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
but they didn't quit, Kate. And I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Justin Reed has the INT. The 50. The 30. He's at the 10. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the decision to go for 2 does result in a nice boost, Brock, but not for the team we were expecting, thanks to an alert play and a lengthy jog downfield from that defender.
Yeah, it took everybody. In order to do that and make that happen, it really was all 11 and then just a superhuman effort. You say jog, I say a sprint to glory.
And the Giants' hands team secures the football. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Here's the handoff. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Kate, you know exactly what term I think of in a spot like this. Sticking his face in the fan. Because there are a lot of bigger bodies for a corner to sort through right there in the middle of the field. But he still charged in, made that stop happen, and I promise you, his teammates notice.
Offense to the line for 2nd down.
Go.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. So it's a win for the visiting Giants. And they're able to run this winning streak to 3 as they have really caught fire recently. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a well-earned win for the Giants, as we'll see you next time from Houston.